consumers are absolutely, adoring their apps, and a high amount of usage for things that consumers love is sitting on the app side.
Okay. And now this, the next question from Sal brings us to the current slide is, how are Hispanics targeted?
Well, and I think that's exactly the point. It's exactly the point is we've got to, I think we have to fix the issue of tracking in a more fundamental way so that we are able to get to more sophisticated audience buying, like Hispanics. Now, you certainly have incredible lat-long capabilities in mobile, which can get you to a DMA type buy where you can be very strong in your ability to hit Hispanics in that regard. But I think even deeper, we need to get to a point where we recognize the consumer and the user and can actually target and get to Hispanics in the same way today that we do in desktop with the same efficacy in mobile. Ann, do you have any comments about that?
Yeah, I think the tracking you're talking about is actually enabling mobile to get beyond where desktop is. Whereas I think the reaching Hispanics on mobile today, a lot of it is based on publisher data, content of that data is a data in Spanish language with someone sitting within the U.S. marketplace. So there's a lot of similar techniques to what desktop does in terms of being able to reach that audience. The question is, how do you get even better at understanding segments within that and tracking performance against segments even maybe within that type of audience?
Well, and ultimately in mobile, you're talking to an individual. I think that's one thing we have to remember as well is it's some perspective. How do you get to the audience of one? And is that even pertinent? And is there scale in that for the marketer?
Yeah, I think I think the audience of one is. I think we need to be a little bit cautious there. I think that sort of concept has been promised in digital media forever. My perspective there is that you maybe should think about it as the audience of 100. And what I mean by that is you can be extremely prescribed and detailed in your targeting with the right technology and with the right data, right? But not so prescribed that you're, getting to the point where there's an invasiveness or a scariness to what we're doing. And I think that concept has led to a lot of concern and a lot of pushback from consumers. And so I would encourage us to think about it as the audience of 100 or 1,000, where you have extremely good understanding of that audience and who they are, but not so detailed that there's an invasiveness to what we're doing.
Now, and to talk about that, though, too, is in that 1 or 100 may or may not live in a specific DMA or lat long.